And welcome back. We're where we left off last time in Factorio. The break this time should have been a little bit shorter, so much less should have happened. Off-world. We've still got loading going on. And we are working towards dealing with this metal situation. Oh, so that bit's empty. Let's clean it up. That bit's empty, so we can clean that up. Just waiting for it to unload the last one. Right, now that's empty, so we can clean it up. And I suppose for this one, we were going to run one lane. Okay, so I can start to build it the moment that line is empty. That should help to empty out a little bit faster. And then we'll start bringing the iron down, plumbing the iron down. I suppose I didn't need to run up here to do this. I could do it from bot control. Okay, so that'll connect down there, to right about there. And I suppose it'll just be easier if we can get this out of our inventory. Because then when I go do something, it's a ghost version. Molten copper, molten iron. A little bit annoying that we're weaving them, but work with otherwise. Okay, could run it. And in fact, actually does make a decent amount of sense to run it off of there. It leaves a bit more space on that side. And then plumbing-wise, connect from there to there. Oh, and it did work. We don't quite... not quite have the height for 8, 2, 3... No, we don't have the height for 8. I suppose the alternative is not try to go for 8 tall. But do a 4 by 4 like so. Okay, and then that just wants to be basically like a normal stack. Like so. So that will replace all that steel on that line in a fairly form-fitting factor. Could even probably shove it a little bit to the left, and that would be fine. Yeah, and then if we tear that one up, we can do the same there as well. How goes the picking up? In the middle of the pickup of the 12th foundry load? Yeah, if we were thinking of replacing these with foundries, they're not gonna fit. Well, we could go... yeah, well... maybe. So we're gonna do top... feed them to the... well, top feed them into the middle is probably the quickest way. Yeah, so we're like one space short to make it work. We got the space up top, we don't got the space down bottom, because we're too close to the green-red. Granted, the green-red could probably be really easily moved. One space down. I'm running everything off the same gears. Yeah, I'm running the whole thing off the same gears over here. Okay. So that actually implies we can run everything off of one belt of gears. Let's do the math on gears. Figure out how many gears we need to replace. So we need 15 gears per second. Find the recipe. The new recipe. So that's 15 gears. That's per second as well. So 15. We got a 50% productivity bonus. So that's 10 for the speed, and the speed is 4, so that's 2.5. Yeah, that's 2.5. Okay, I think we can work with that. I might intentionally scale it up to 4 just for a little bit more shock loading. Well, yeah, it should run off of 3. Okay, we can get a run off of 3. And let's try to get this to empty out then. So we yoink those two. Let the gears or let the iron plates slowly run out so we can replace them with gears. So what? It's 1. So it'd be 12 plus 50%, so it'd be 18. And so yeah, it's like, yep. 2.5. That's gonna be pretty easy to shove in here as well. Space-wise. Watching the process slowly empty itself out. So that one's empty. So yeah, we're just gonna shove 3 foundries in here, and then you belt it. The one on the end is going to be unloading onto both sides, whereas the 2 at the top, to the left, right, are going to be loading one to one side, one to the other side. And that way we're going to fill up the whole belt. Okay, almost there. Should hopefully start to draw a little bit more evenly once we've got all one side off. Well, I say draw more evenly. It will be unable to draw unevenly at some point. What will end up happening. Fizzle waiting on loading. First platform. Getting a little backed up in the science, actually. Is there a way I can turn you off by logic? Probably. Oh, okay, I can see. Just draw a wire straight from that work. Okay. Enable if number less, so for that, space science, where's the space science? Space science. Space science is less than, like, 2,000. Enable. Right now it's disabled by control behavior. Okay. Enable if calcite is below 100. Okay, that's set. That should hopefully keep that from completely backing up. And now I suppose the status quo is we should start to continue to fill in some of the voids here. So we can push out a little bit farther. Okay, so that's running. While that's running, this is caught up a little bit where we want it. Still not quite where we want it, but it's getting... Well, it's probably close enough now I can do the redesign, because we don't need all of this space. Nor all these power poles. Please take some of the power poles away, there's too many. Okay. So, foundry. Oh, I need the power poles picked up. I'm gonna put, like, one foundry there. do a foundry like so. So here gears. Then, well, these are going to be fast. These are going to want like 4 coming out a second. Well, 6 coming out a second. Yeah, okay. Okay. So once we got that plumbed into the iron grid, iron plumbing, that should work. And meet far more of our iron needs than we really probably need it to do. Sometimes overkill is ideal. We have a turn, and that comes up here. We got a turn. That can come over there, and we can just underground through here. Keep the jolly good spaghetti alive. And we don't have enough calcite coming through for the iron to work. Maybe that's something I should have thought of before I made all the gears in the old base operate off of calcite. Yeah. Okay, how comes the bomb fizzle's loading? 6 more foundry loads, and then the one long metallurgical load. First platform. Slowly filling in that interior. And I think we got a decent number more calcite ones, or oxide ones coming through the path. So is that maybe the one thing... Oh no, we don't need a new platform. Space map-wise. Novice doesn't have the most asteroids. We can't necessarily see how many asteroids it has here. Whereas the other ones, you gotta defend the thing, but it's got more asteroids. Oh, I say that, and we can see... Well, it is having to defend itself, even not moving. You can see how much asteroids this thing is bringing in, which is not a lot, but Also, at the same time, I think more than we're getting at the first platform back over the office. A little calcite coming down. So as we could adjust our calcite consumption a little bit by swapping the priority over here, back from right to left. Actually, no, that doesn't really do anything because that just moves it over there. Yeah, never mind. Though, if we're not moving enough copper, it should back up the calcite, back up the copper into the foundries, which will stop the foundries moving. Doing more calcite. There goes filling up the tank. 19-ish K. Okay. Apparently molten copper is 1.1K. The steel a different temperature? Oh, it's hard to tell because we're out of steel. Or iron a different temperature, and it's hard to tell because the iron's a different. We're out of iron. Yeah, so waiting on calcite, waiting on the bob fizzle to load. I forget exactly what we can do in the electromagnetic plant. We brought some here so we could play around with them. Okay, so we can... So we make copper directly, but we can also make the copper in the electromagnetic plant. I think we'll probably make it directly using the foundries. Yeah. Because I think I got a little bit better launch capacity off of Vulcanus than I do off of Aqualia. Or Fulgura. Better off of Fulgura. And then we do same recipe. So I don't think we have any special recipes. There's nothing like molten metal in this one. Just the inherent productivity. So the big ones we're going to be doing right away are probably the 3 science packs, or the 3 circuit packs on there. We're waiting delivery. You're actually loaded up to that point. Fill it out some more? Yeah, just keep filling it out. Alright, slowly filling the interior by, well, partially also slowly disassembling the needed bits of the exterior. So yeah, if anything, I think we need to sort of increase the surface area of the ship so we're getting more stuff in. At this point, I'm even starting to worry, are we going to have enough asteroids even with the reprocessing? So the other thing we can do while we're waiting is we continue to expand the mines, the big mines. Actually, I suppose I could just do, say, please clean this all up, and we can replace it with the big ones. Because those are in network, so I just need to give it time to deliver. See if I can find a storage buffer chest or something that is not completely full. That might be a tall ask. Okay. Okay. Okay, then we just need to run the power poles. Basically do the same thing as the old ones did. Okay. And that, assuming we've got enough big miners, should be a full upgraded one. Roughly double of the available in that mine area. Bomb fiddle, still waiting for more launches. What, that's 4 more launches and it should be ready to come back. First platform here is mainly being gatekept by the fact we really just need... Well, maybe not. Hard to tell whether it is reprocessing that's the problem, or I'm just not getting enough asteroids. We're not currently throwing any overboard, which maybe is an indication we're not even getting enough asteroids. Waiting for calcite to that. Because that was all the old gear production, I don't necessarily want to try too hard to zone things up when we don't have the capacity to. That makes much sense. Don't want to expand our refining until we sort that out, sort of the calcite mining. So the next one to do is the coal over here, if we wanted to sort of spiral outward. Or it's these ones. Oh, in fact, we've done some of the ones down here already. Yeah, let's do this coal mine. Big mines. Okay. And yeah, these belts aren't quite where they need to be, but they'll be fine. Okay. Up the middle like so. Cross, cross, up that one. Cross, cross, cross. Up that one. There we go. So assuming we have enough big mines, I think we probably do. That should be able to come fully online. Three more deliveries we're waiting on. And yeah, we're filling out the interior here. Well, I suppose the other alternative is just really stretch out a couple, like, arms for greater capture rate. Bit of a shame. Yeah, we don't make... Well, I was about to say, a bit of a shame we can't make space platform up on the space platform, but we could. Isn't anything stopping us from making space platform up here? We'd probably want a foundry up here if we were to do that, because we'd probably want to do foundries. Which I'm not sure I really want to do up here right now, but could potentially make space platforms on our space platforms. How goes? Oh yeah, we're still going through our copper real quickly, which is not letting that back up. So we're definitely not making enough calcite. Looking at the time, this is probably where I should go ahead and put a part break in. So I hope you've all been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more, well, record a couple more parts tonight. If you're watching Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break. I think it's time for another tea break, so I'm going to go acquire another cup of tea. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.